Good morning. I'm Tim Conlon of the Sullivan Group, and I want to thank you for your attention this morning. I've been asked by John Fuller, Structure Tone, and my friends at County, Bill Shaw and Mike Weiner, to give a short presentation on eye, hand, and arm protection. I know many in attendance may not speak English. Lo siento, no hablo español, pero tengo mi nueva Cristina to interpret.
Buenos días, me llamo Cristina. Vamos a hacer una corta presentación en la seguridad de su protección de sus ojos, de sus manos y de los brazos.
Before we talk about arm, hand, and eye protection, I want to talk a little bit about our attitude towards safety. Because when we go to work every day, we need to realize our work environment changes. What was constant yesterday changes today.
Antes de hablar de su protección, de lo que el equipo que tenemos para ustedes, para protegerles, queremos que ustedes sepan que nosotros sabemos que cuando ustedes llegan a sus trabajos, siempre el escenario es diferente. Entonces queremos estar ahí para ustedes, para protegerles, para que lleguen a sus casas sin peligro.
So we need to approach every day like a point guard on a basketball court or a quarterback on a football field. We need to see our whole environment. What wasn't there yesterday could be a trip hazard today, and we could fall to our death. Before I start talking about the tools of safety for hand protection, eye protection, arm protection, I like to just take a few minutes to discuss the approach to safety. And one of the approaches to safety is to realize how important you are. Okay, your lives matter. It doesn't matter how you got up in the morning. Know that you have loved ones that are counting on you to get home safe.
Antes de seguir hablando de el equipo de protección, queremos que ustedes sepan que es nuestra responsabilidad que ustedes lleguen a sus casas sin peligro del trabajo. Y todas sus vidas es bien importante para nosotros.
You work in the most dangerous environment around statistically. Let me reemphasize, the tools that we're going to be talking about, gloves, sleeves, glasses, they're all important, but they're inexpensive. They're there to get you home safely to your loved ones. If you're having a bad day or not, okay, realize how important you are and that your life matters and your safety matters.
Hablando de las protecciones de los ojos, de los guantes, de las manos y de los brazos, esas cosas no son tan importantes como sus vidas. Y por eso estos equipos que tenemos es para que ustedes lleguen a sus casas sin peligro.
Remember, God loves us all the same, and we have to look out for ourselves and our neighbor, our co-worker, and let's all get home safely.
Recuérdense que Dios nos quiere a todos y siempre tenemos que ver que todos estemos bien seguros en nuestros trabajos.
In my opinion, injury prevention starts with eye protection. The brand I prefer is Boughton 360, manufactured by PIP. Let's face it, there are a lot of safety eyeglasses in the market, and they all meet the ANSI standard. But in my opinion, if you don't have fogless eye protection, you don't have eye protection.
En nuestro trabajo tenemos una cantidad de variedades de diferentes protección de los ojos, pero si es que no tienes antineblina o antirrasguños, la prevención es muy baja.
Again, these are all very inexpensive tools. But if your eyeglasses fog up, that's when you trip. Now, trips and falls are the number one OSHA statistic for injuries. And the only way to address it is to have fogless eye protection. The eye protection I have here is not a laminate. Okay. There is a film that's baked on in between the lens. Therefore, it's not going to wash away.
Estos equipos de protección de ojo son muy diferentes de los otros. Son uno de nuestros favoritos porque tiene una protección encima del plástico que no deja para que cuando ustedes respiren haga neblina. Y eso es las causas a veces de por qué nos caemos o nos tropezamos.
So read the packaging. See that it says fogless on it. Anti-scratch, if it has that on it, that helps as well. But make sure, okay, if they're out in the package, the easiest way to see if they're fogless is just to breathe on them. If you're forced to wear a face mask in these times, you put the face mask on, they won't fog up.
Con estos lentes son antineblina y antirrasguño. Si es que tiene que ponerse máscaras, es preferido ponerse la máscara primero y encima los lentes. Ahí sí ustedes ven que si es que se hace neblina, no son buenos lentes, pero estos siempre van a protegerle porque no son anti-neblina.
Of course, they come in different shades, but I'd be happy to send some to your work area to test out, to get your opinion.
Una de las maneras, si es que los lentes no vienen en el paquete, para saber si es que son anti-neblina, es simplemente respirar en los lentes y ven que no se hace neblina. Ahora en estos tiempos tenemos que ponernos máscaras y a veces eso nos previene de ver bien por los lentes, pero como estos son anti-neblina, eso nunca va a pasar.
Again, in my opinion, the 360 technology Boughton, manufactured by PIP, is the best on the market because it's not a topical fogless. Okay, it's a laminate that's baked in between the lens. Therefore, it's not going to wash off. You're going to get a longer life out of it, longer wear life out of it.
Estos lentes en cuesta es barata, pero para protección de su vida es muy importante. Ustedes van a ver que estos no se hacen neblina y van a prevenir caídas y resbalos.
Thank you. Next to slips and falls, hand lacerations and arm cuts are next on OSHA's list of recordable accidents.
En nuestra próxima hablamos de los guantes de seguridad. Es bien importante porque siempre hay quemaduras y cortes de las manos.
Luckily today we have a wide assortment of knitted products that we can use. And luckily today, ANSI has a matrix of 1 up until 9 in cut resistance.
Estos guantes aquí que tenemos, variedades de protección para sus manos. Tiene de 1 a 9 en cortes fuertes.
The most widely used general purpose work glove is this glove I'm holding in my hand right now, called the MaxiFlex by ATG, okay, and distributed by PIP Industries. The MaxiFlex is not considered a cut resistant glove. It's a level 1 glove, but it breathes, it's easy to use, and because it's easy to use, you take the glove off less.
Estos guantes son un nivel 1. No es anticortes, pero es más fácil para sus manos que respiren bien y para sacarse y ponerlas de nuevo.
But when it comes to cut resistance, it will have to be determined by your supervisor of what level they believe or that you should be working with. Because cut resistance starts at a level 2, a true cut resistant glove, and goes up to a level 9. The fibers are changing. They're all man-made fibers today, and they're changing constantly to give you a more perfect, a more comfortable glove to use.
Cada guante de aquí son diferentes niveles de resistencia de cortes. Esto depende en su supervisor qué clase cree que necesita usted para ustedes de su trabajo.
For instance, they all come packaged, and on the package, you'll see an ANSI rating. This says A4. Okay. This is also a touchscreen glove, which means that you'll be able to work with your phone or a computer with it. If it's out of the package, it should also still have a rating there. If you look closely at the gloves, this one's an A3. Okay. But again, that the rating and what glove you use will be determined by your supervisors. And there are many different type of fibers today.
Por ejemplo, estos guantes de aquí dice ANSI 4. El nivel de cortes es 4. Entonces le protege también y resiste cortes bien peligrosos. This was the anti-touch, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, y este también puede usar las computadoras con el touchscreen, puede usar también sus teléfonos. Y si es que no tiene paquete, este guante aquí dice qué nivel tiene. Y este es 3. Entonces aquí siempre está la información de qué nivel de cortes de guante. Pero siempre su supervisor va a determinar qué clase de nivel de guante quiere que ustedes usen.
The gloves also come in all different types of coating, from latex to polyurethane to nitrile. And again, that will be determined by what you're working with and what works best. And somebody like myself will help test out these gloves in the workplace to see what best works for you. Common sense that we should use when looking at gloves is that gloves wear, okay? All your coating here starts to wear off. Okay, these gloves are not a moving blade, okay? A mechanical moving blade will rip through these gloves.
Okay. Entonces, cada guante tiene diferentes materiales para protegerles. Todos puede ser de látex o de diferente material. Dependiendo en qué nivel de guante que quiere que use su supervisor, es lo que le protege más. Pero si es que está usando máquinas con cosas bien, con puntos, puede esto sí perforar por encima del guante.
And because a moving blade could cut through it's important to look at your glove. We have to visually inspect it. If we see it start to wear, if we see a hole in it, okay, replace it. Again, these are just tools to keep you safe, so you don't get a laceration. It's important to know if it's wearing away, the product that you're holding might start slipping through your hand, and if it's heavy enough and moves with enough force, it becomes a moving blade. Okay, so we have to visually inspect this. These are inexpensive gloves, okay, compared to a laceration of your hand. So visually inspect it. If there's a hole, if this starts to wear, replace it.
Siempre noten si es que el guante ya está usado mucho. A veces hay cortes o huecos. Siempre traten de usar un nuevo si es que ya ven esas cosas en los guantes.
The next generation of gloves, which you'll start seeing, is probably within the next year or two, is like this glove right here. This is called a G-Tech Polycore by PIP. This has a reinforced thumb crotch area. It has a nitrile coating, and it's also touch screen. And that's important because the thumb crotch area is the area that wears the first, easiest. And so you want that reinforced. When it's touch screen, you're going to keep the glove on longer. You're not going to be taking it off. You're going to keep the glove on throughout the day longer.
Entonces estos guantes aquí tienen extra protección donde está entre los dedos de aquí. Porque estos son touchscreen, se prevé de estar sacando y poniéndose los guantes cuando están usando los teléfonos o computadoras de touchscreen.
Again, at the end, if there's questions and answers, if anybody wants to know more about the technical fibers within here, I have a full library and a website that I could share with you or go over with you. We'd like to touch lastly on cut sleeves. Okay, in the workplace, in construction, you didn't see cut sleeves very often, just in the last few years. And the reason being is that the sleeves that you would get in the past were hot, they were itchy, and no one would wear them.
Okay. Entonces, estas protecciones de los brazos tienen, las fibras son más respirables. Ya no les hacen tener tanto calor y en antes, el material que usaban en antes no era tan bueno. Entonces, estos son mejores para y protegen lo mismo.
Cut sleeves also have the same rating, so they go from 1 all the way up to 9. Okay, this sleeve right here, I believe, is like a cut 6, but this is a Kevlar sleeve. Great sleeve. We sell a lot of them. I wouldn't recommend it in the construction industry because Kevlar, although it's the first man-made fiber on the market by DuPont, it's excellent against high heat areas. Okay, if you're going against heat, like in a factory.
So este material de aquí es muy bueno para cuando hay condiciones bien calientes en las factorías o cuando están trabajando con cosas que les puede quemar. Esto les protege muy bien. Es uno de los materiales que el hombre primero hizo y este es el nivel, what level is this?
That's a level 6.
Y este es un nivel 6 de protección.
Okay. Again, with Kevlar, it provides you the cut resistance, okay, but it gets itchy. Once it starts to wear, Kevlar has great cut resistance, but it doesn't have good abrasion resistance. So as this wears, your cut level might start out at a 6, but after a week, it might dip down to a 3 because it's wearing quicker, okay? Sleeves like this, they're made out of a fiber called HPPE, which is high performance polyethylene.
Right. So este material es más diferente del otro. Is this anti-cut as well?
That's anti-cut as well.
So este material es de hecho diferente. No es tan picazón como el otro, pero lo mismo, como los guantes, todos tienen niveles diferentes. Este también es anti-cortes.
This fiber is very cool to the touch. So when you put it on your arm, you're not going to feel itchy. You're not even, you're going to welcome having it on. And because of that, sleeves, and we can make sleeves, with a thumb hole. You can have it without a thumb hole. We could engineer a sleeve to any make that you would want. But you get a sleeve like this, it's nice and cool. You don't mind putting it on. And it'll help protect you over in the all-important wrist area.
Estos guantes pueden ser hechos diferentes. Este aquí viene con el hueco para el dedo grande, pero también hacen sin del hueco, solo para que le protege la mano de aquí. Estos no pican tanto como el otro, pero lo mismo como los guantes, cuando comienzan a usar mucho, el nivel de protección baja. Entonces es siempre bueno cuando ustedes comiencen a ver que hay huecos o cortes, siempre cambiar a nuevos.
Okay, there we have it. We spoke about eye safety, hand safety, and arm safety. And any questions that you have, I'll be happy to answer after this video. I want to make a special thanks to my daughter-in-law, Christina. We did a marvelous job today.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And my godfather, Mark Anthony Izzo, who you can't see, who's behind the camera. Okay. But thanks again. And I'm happy to sample any product for you to test in the field. Thank you.
Gracias.